Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This podcast is brought to you by TWIT. TWIT stands for That's What I Do. Once again, TWIT stands for That's What I Do. Let me put this on the. There we go. That's what I do. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking politics. As you can see at the bottom of your screen, it says we have no friends. I'm talking to black people because we have no friends. Now, I want you to, I'm going to break this video down. It's not a lot. It's not a long video, but I'm going to, do commentary so we can kind of, give you a little something to think about. Okay. And this is actually Leo Terrell. He was a former uh, Democrat, and I think he's now a Republican, and he's also been in politics for about 30 years. So let's check it out.
Leo Terrell, civil rights attorney and Fox News contributor. Leo, good to have you with us today. We've seen a number of examples across the country of why this deterioration may be happening, and I want to get into some of those with you. But just your top line reaction to this continuing shift in the political demographic in this country.
Very simply, thank you for having me, Martha. The Democrat playbook is outdated. The message is old. This country is not systemically racist.
Okay, so let's stop right there because there's a lot to unpack. What this old man is saying. He's saying out of it. Now, this is a black man on Fox News, of course. That's why they brought him up here, saying that this country is not systemically racist. He's saying this. So this man don't even identify with, anything that has to do with the black experience. Never mind 400 years of free slave labor. Never mind Jim Crow. Never mind mass incarceration. Never mind even now. Let's just talk about present day illegal immigrants coming to, get free everything. Red carpet just rolled out in front of them. Never mind all that. He's saying, no, this country is not systemically racist. See what else this lying bastard got to say.
And so when Joe Biden goes into a black church every 4 years, that's not going to signal the black community to vote for the Democrats or go to the Hispanic community. It's the Democrat policies, Martha. It's the Democrats' policy on immigration, law and order, the economy.
Now listen to this, family. If he's saying what he's saying is true at this very moment, but you got to understand, if what he's saying is true as it pertains to the Democratic policy, can you imagine what he was saying and how he was acting and the thing that he was advocating for when he was a Democrat? Remind you, I reiterate, he's no longer a Democrat. He is now flipped. He's a Republican. Just listen.
Economy, inflation, those things affect Black Americans, and Black Americans and Hispanics are saying those policies are hurting us, and the Trump effect is in play. This decline is because many African American Hispanics feel that they had a better standard of living during the Trump administration, and Trump, being a wealthy millionaire, is talking about those issues, talking about immigration, talking about gas prices. One last point, you look at the effect of immigration on Democratic cities, Blacks and Hispanics. It is creating a tension in those communities, and that's why you see this shift.
No doubt about it.
Which is all true. I'll give him that.
I want to play this from Mayor Eric Adams because it seems, and we also have an example from Brandon Johnson if we get to it, the Chicago mayor, in a sort of a similar vein. And it appears that there's an effort among some Democratic leaders to continue to remind Black voters of where their alliance should be, in their opinion. This is Eric Adams in New York a few days ago, January 31st. Watch.
Have you ever seen this much chocolate leading the city of New York? That's why people.
Now listen, Now I'm hitting on two different points. I'm focused on Leo Terrell, however you pronounce his name, the black man that's been in politics for 35 years. He's actually a civil rights attorney. He ain't helping nobody. He has never helped anybody. You can just tell from his narrative and his talking points. Now we have uh, Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, once again invoking a pastoral mantra. You're going to reference Bible scriptures. He's going to reference religion, which is the worst thing to happen to black people. But watch how he, does his little spiel to rally the mindset of our people, because we're easily swayed mentally.
Well, I hate it on me. How many of you go to church? Ma'am, this is a man.
Now at the bottom is saying that he said, I'm being attacked for having a black administration. Now this is the same thing Fonnie Willis is talking about. You see, this is why I would not dare vote to put a black man or woman in a position of power, because what they are going to do is utilize that position, and it has happened even with Obama, the highest held office by a black man. They're going to utilize that position to help everybody but us, and then when everything comes crashing down, they want to go to the church because they know the church is forgiving. They know the church isn't really dealing with accountability. The church is we're going to forgive you, and we're going to continue to allow you to do what you've been doing, which is putting us last. But let's listen to what he has to say.
Matthew 21:12 moment. Jesus walked in the temple. He saw them doing wrong in the temple. He did what? He turned the table over. I went to City Hall to turn the table over.
Leo,
he said he went to City Hall to turn the table over. For who? How you go to City Hall to turn the table over, Mr. Eric Adams, but you're allowing illegal immigrants to come in and get $53 million worth of taxpayer dollars? And it's more than anything, it's affecting the black community. I won't even say brown, because I don't believe in the whole black and brown coalition, because black people, we can't try and help Hispanic people. They're doing pretty good. We got to help ourselves. They've got their stuff together. We don't have our stuff together. That's why when they start talking about their situation, they don't say black and brown. No. Or they don't say brown and black. No. They focus on them.
what do you think?
Martha, thank you for that question. You know who's hating on him? Blacks, whites, Hispanics, everyone, regardless of color. You know why? Because the city's in turmoil. That's a perfect example of why blacks and Hispanics and old people are rejecting Democrat policies. Look at what's happening in
Now, they didn't just get like this, sir. You're saying that's why they're rejecting Democratic policies, but they didn't get like this because you were part of the democratic process for over 30-something years as being a civil rights attorney. So what were you doing? You were doing the same thing that these guys are doing. And you're going to do the same thing as a Republican what you were doing as a Democrat. So come on.
New York, in Chicago. I want to be very clear. I've been a civil rights attorney for 30 years. There is no systemic racism.
Once again, he's saying this jackmouth is saying once again, there is no systemic racism. That's what he's saying. But yet and still, he won't be able to explain how the Asians has an anti-Asian hate bill. He won't be able to explain that. He won't be able to explain how Jews get $4 billion worth of reparations every year from tax dollars for a Holocaust that was committed not on American soil, but over in Europe. But the people who served as slaves over here on this soil, the only group of people, who served as slaves aren't getting anything. He won't mention that. No, he won't. He don't have nothing to say about that. But he's quick to say what he's saying.
In our government, you have black mayors, and he's sitting there telling.
So in his mind, in his mouth, he's going to speak words such as, you have black people in high positions. Yeah, but they're not doing anything. What does it matter? They're not doing a thing. Matter of fact, when they get in there to do things such as what he's doing, such as what Obama did, which is nothing for black people.
Telling you that the race card is still alive and well. That is a lie when it comes to democratic cities. You can say the same thing for Chicago, the same thing for Los Angeles. Minorities are everywhere in this country. By the way, we had a black president, I think in 2008 for 8 years.
So what?
You know,
what did he do?
What's ironic to me in that soundbite, Leo, is that I think a lot of people would love for someone to come in and flip over the tables in Albany and other places. And the mayor said that's what he wanted to do. And I think that black New Yorkers, white New Yorkers, Hispanic New Yorkers would like to see a shakeup for the better. So that to me is separate from this idea that, you know, which I think, you know, you have just stated you think is disingenuous, that he's being pushed back on or not able to do his job because he hired so many black people to be part of his leadership team.
And that's the game that the Democrats played, identity politics. There is a move to try to get the governor to remove Alvin Bragg. They can't. You know why, Martha? Because of his skin color. Identity politics has blocked.
Okay, well, yeah. Alvin Bragg, who's the DA of New York, he's saying what this black man is saying, they can't remove him because of his skin color. And you're probably right. He's black, and they're probably saying they're going to have a wave of backlashes coming because it's going to be used as the race card. So what? White people get to share in the race card because how many times have they been in a position where because they're white, you can't remove them, you can't say anything. But he's advocating that, okay, well, hey, if this man wasn't black, well, if he was white, it'd be the same thing. So there, you know, unfortunately, and I'll use that for lack of a better word, unfortunately, what you have is black people in high places being able to use the race card like white people have been able to use it. But he's got an issue with it. Go figure.
Boxed in the Democrats, and it allows them to hold incompetent people, allow them to remain in office. Alvin Bragg is incompetence. His skin color keeps him in office.
Okay, well, yeah, you're probably right. He is incompetent. I give him that. But how many white people have been leading and running this country who have been incompetent? Why do you think we are always at war? Who have been calling for the wars? Been the white people. White people in high places, white people in government, signing off on it. No difference.
I just want to play one last soundbite. This is President Biden in the last presidential election talking to someone who has become a very important person to speak to for people running for high office, Charlemagne the God. And this is from the Breakfast Club way back then. Watch.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community.
But a quick response to that, if you would, Leo.
Very quickly, Fox has the video. That statement is the reason why I left the Democrats and became a Republican and voted for Trump. I said on Sean Hannity's show, that's the reason why I left. That statement is racist.
See, look at him. This soundball. Okay, well, that's enough of him. So this man is saying that reason, that statement is the reason why you're supposed to be a civil rights attorney, and you've been a civil rights attorney that you say that you have stated over 30 years, and you mean to tell me one man's statement is the worst you've heard to the point to where you flipped from being a Democrat to a Republican? No, you've always been a Republican. As a matter of fact, you're both a Republican and a Democrat because it doesn't matter. Just so you're able to eat good and you don't have to worry about your people rising, you're okay. That's why you'll get passionate and you'll get a lot of compassion when it comes to black people who are able to use their skin color and play the race card. But it's 2024. Yes, you got black people using their skin color, you know what I'm saying, as a way to stay in power, who are unqualified to do so. But remember, you've always had white people, you know what I'm saying, who are unqualified, who are using their skin color. So what are we talking about? Make it make sense. Family. On that note, don't forget to go to our website. As a matter of fact, let me go to our website, family, so y'all can check it out. Let me see. We have, let me see if I can go to it. Twitter. Can I pull that up? Okay, well, I'll do it later. I wasn't able to. But anyway, oh no, but let me put the banner. Go to go shop www.twitwear.com, family. We've got skincare, we've got our wellness section. We've got men's beard balm, conditioner, you name it, family. Go get it. Go get it. Support your boy. And till next time, we're out. Don't get our sponsor, You Are Design.